Alright, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It would really help me out a lot. And please be sure to like, comment, and share my videos with your friends. But anyways, I think you can see from the title, ACURA has released that they are remaking the Integra. Now, of course, some of you know I have an Integra. I'll link like some of the videos I've done with Tiggy up in here or something. But anyways, so ACURA has announced that in 2022 the new Integra will be released, and they haven't released much. They've pretty much just released a picture of the headlights, which, you know, I have to say, not bad looking, but obviously this is a little bit of a, I wouldn't say this is a little bit of a stray from the original Integra, because if you live in Japan, you know the Integra came with striped rectangular headlights, and only the people in the US got the circular headlights. So the fact that the Integra has rectangular headlights in the new version, I don't think it's that big of a difference. Of course, for me it is, because my Integra has little circular headlights, right? So obviously it's going to be a little bit different for me, but you know, whatever. I don't think it's that much of a change, and no, I don't plan on converting my Tiggy to a JDM front end. I could, but I don't really want it. It's too much effort for such a, I don't know if it's worth the effort, basically. You know, who knows, maybe I'll do it one day. But anyways, so most notably, the only thing that's really come out about this Integra is the headlights. And there's been some renders, and from the renders, I'll put a picture of like a render like somewhere in the video. But from the renders, I think it kind of looks like an RSX more than an Integra, if you ask me. Like, I don't know, the renders don't really look like the Integra. They don't have that look to it. And from my Integra, the DC2, I don't think it's like the best looking version, if you want to call it that. I think from the renders, of course, not official, but they don't really look like the Integra. They don't have that like spirit. They kind of just look more like an RSX, if you ask me, right? So I mean, of course, I'm going to be a little biased. I have a DC2 Integra, so my opinion of what the new render looks like is probably going to be a little bit different from everybody else's, right? So of course, they're only coming back for 2022, near the end of the internal combustion engine's life. So, you know, I understand why Acura wants to bring it back, bring a little bit of the brand recognition, bring back the car that pretty much started Acura. So, yeah, I can get it. I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong. But there's not been a lot released about the car, nothing about the engine. I think I have heard news that it's going to, they are releasing 2-door and 4-door versions, just like they did in the 90s. Of course, I don't think the Type R will be a 4-door version, because I've never seen a 4-door Type R Integra. But hey, we're exploring new options. Okay, so, you know, if it comes out, hey man, you know, hey, of course it was at Monterey Car Week. I wasn't there. I have school and stuff, and I'm not a baller yet, so I'm not at Monterey Car Week. But anyways, there's renders, like I said, and honestly, I don't know, it just looks like an RSX with like redone headlights and taillights. And honestly, I don't know. I'm not big on the new one. It just doesn't have that look. It doesn't look sleek. Like, you look at the old Integras, the front end is such a nice front end. Everything about the Integra was so nice, and then I look at this one and I just don't feel it. It just looks like a really nice Civic, if you ask me. But hey, whatever. There's nothing has been released about the engine, or whether or not it will be a manual or an automatic, but judging by the fact that it's coming out in 2022 and Acura is trying to get back some of the brand recognition, I would say they're probably offering both manuals and automatics, but what type of automatic is going to be up for debate. It could be a dual clutch. I don't know enough. Whether or not the engine will be turbocharged is also another thing. original Acuras came with little four bangers. Mine is a four banger, so maybe they're gonna make it with a four banger. Maybe they'll put a V6 in there. Maybe they'll put an i6. Okay, I don't know. Okay, Acura is not releasing many statements about it, but when I say it looks like a Civic, that's partially true because I think the Integra was kind of based on a Civic back then. So, you know, maybe that's what they're trying to go for, because some of you guys know Acura and Honda are like they're sister companies. Acura is basically the luxury version of Honda. So, yeah. But there are some Motor Trend thinks there will be an all-wheel drive version, which interesting. Not a bad idea. I honestly, that's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but there's only like suggestions it will be all-wheel drive. Integra is famously a front-wheel drive car, so to make it all-wheel drive seems a little weird, unless they make it a hybrid with like electric motors and stuff, which actually makes sense. A little four-banger all-wheel drive with that actually sounds like a pretty cool idea. I'm not gonna lie, that actually seems like a pretty cool Integra. But of course, this is going to be a little bit different for Acura because the NSX hasn't really sold that well, and then now they're kind of throwing the Integra in the mix. Like the Integra and the NSX, and you look at Acura's like current lineup, they don't really match up. Acura's more on luxury, and Integra and NSX are more for like performance. If you get where I'm going, like they don't match Acura's like current brand image. So, you know, why they're doing it now is kind of strange. If they did it in like 2010, I would go, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, right? But there's not much going on with the Integra yet. But based on like what the headlight looks like, I would say it's, I don't know how to describe it. I don't think it's gonna look as good as the old one. I mean, the old one's a classic. You know, nobody's ever gonna beat that look. Now, if they're taking like design cues from all the other Integras, which. Okay, I get, you know, Integra the name's been around since like the 80s, I think, right? So, you know, but the most famous one, I think, is the DC2, and then, you know, the Type R and whatnot. So those are like the main ones. So I think like the car is probably going to look similar to mine. Of course, I will be following this closely just because I own an Integra, but those are pretty much what I think about the Integra. But there's not a lot out about it right now. There's only that picture of the headlight on Acura's official Instagram page, and why you would put the name Integra under the headlight, I have no idea. But hey, you know what? I mean, it's not even the same font, so you know, whatever. But hey, they're bringing back a classic JDM car. I couldn't be happier. You know, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll buy one in a year. Yeah, like I'll be balling in a year. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the brand new Integra. Not much else to say about it. I mean, if it comes out and it looks pretty decent, I mean, maybe it'll be better received than the Mark V Supra. That's all I have to say about it, and the new NSX. But that's a pretty big bar to set for the Integra, which was technically like the NSX's like, I was gonna say younger brother, but I mean that's basically what it was. I mean, if it surpasses the NSX, that's Acura's got some real problems, man. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the 2022 Integra prototype picture. That's all I have to say for now. If you guys like what you saw, please be sure to subscribe, and please be sure to like, comment, and share my videos with your friends. And I'll see you guys the next time I make a video. See you guys soon.